Hi everyone, welcome to Red Fox Sewing and Crafting, and welcome to my craft room. I'm Joanna. So today we will be continuing this box, this little memory box, and we are going to be making this page. This page has 4 flaps like the previous one, except there's 4 little extra flaps on the 4 main flaps. And in the back, there is a large pocket. So, to make this, you will need one 5.5 by 7.5 inch piece of cardstock, 5 3.5 by 5.5 inch pieces, 4 3 by 3.5s, and 1 6 by 6.5. So the first thing we're going to be doing on our scoreboards is with our 3 by 3.5s, we are going to put it on the 3-inch side and score at 1/2 inch on all 4 of them. Next, we're going to grab 4 of our 3.5 by 5.5s, and with the 5.5 at the top, we're going to be scoring again at 1/2 inch on all 4 pieces. With our 5th 3.5 by 5.5, we're actually going to be putting the 3.5 at the top, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. And then with our 6.5 by 6 inch, we're going to be scoring 1/2 inch on 3 sides. So 2 long sides and 1 short side. Just like so. Now, with this piece, grab a pair of scissors, and we are just going to be snipping off the corners, top corners, and cutting out the squares, bottom squares. And your piece should look like this. The bottom squares are going to be angled out so that we have 3 angled in tabs. Now, grab your 5.5 by 7.5 and your 4 3.5 by 5.5s that are scored at 1/2 inch with the 5.5 at the top. And we are going to be gluing these on here. So I'm just going to fold these really quick. And then we are going to be measuring again. So, starting at one end. Starting at one end, we are going to measure. Sometimes it's easier said than done. Going to measure quarter. So, starting from one end, we're going to measure a 1/4 inch from one side, and we are actually going to be gluing our tabs to the back this time. And sorry if you hear barking, that is my dogs. They are absolutely crazy, but I love them anyway. That's what dogs do sometimes. They bark at whatever is out there. And then we're going to turn this around, and we are going to measure 1 3/8 from the other side, because it's 1 1/8 from this one. And then we're just going to glue that down. Just like so. And then staying with the 1 3/8 inside, we are going to take our third piece, and we are going to measure a 1/4 inch from the other corner. So then we'll have 2 overlapped flaps on this side. And then we're going to flip it over one more time, and we're going to add our last piece on this side, measuring 1 3/8 from this edge. And this will overlap the first flap that we put down. So then just glue this down, just like so. And once you flip it over, then you have your 4 pieces. And it doesn't really matter which way it goes. You can flip it around so that it looks like this. You just have to start at the other end, other edge, to make it look like this, but this way works too. So now we're going to take our 4 3 by 3.5, and we are going to glue them Go, Pancake. Go. now that we have our flaps made, we are going to add our 3 by 3.5. So to do that, I'm just going to fold one of these and then put glue on the inside of the tab, just like so. And then line the edge up with the score mark of my shorter piece, and then just kind of stick it down like that. Again, fold the tab down, put glue on the inside of the tab, just like so. Line up the edge with the score mark and stick it down. So then the last two to these last flaps, and then we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so all of my tabs are added to the flaps. So now we're going to flip this over, and we are going to work on the pocket. Now we're going to be adding the pocket and then the flap, and then we're going to add the pattern paper to it. So just stick with me, I will show you how to do this. It's going to be very easy. First, we're going to add the pocket. And it's going to be like last time. We are going to be sticking down the pocket, and then we're going to add the flap, I actually cut this, I folded this wrong, so I'm gonna go back and fix that. So if you didn't watch through first, just get another piece of cardstock and going to remark this. So that you have 2 1/2-inch tabs on the 6.5-inch side and 1 1/2-inch tab on the 6-inch side. And then we're just going to trim the corners. Just like so. And with that, it's like nothing ever happened. So I'm just gonna fold these over. And before I move on to my next step, I'm actually going to pull out my tape. So we're going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom tab here and stick it down to the bottom of the back side of the page, making sure to align with the bottom and the sides as much as you possibly can. You might not be able to get it perfect because of the tabs or because of the flaps from the front, but as long as you get it close, it shouldn't be very noticeable. So now I have that stuck down, I'm going to grab a piece of tape here and put down, but I'm not going to stick it down too much because I want to be able to slide stuff in my pocket. So now, before we do anything else to our pocket, we are going to take our flap here and add it to the top. So just like the pocket, I'm going to fold over my tab and put a little bit of glue on the tab here. And I'm just going to line it up with my page as best I can in my pocket and stick it down. Now, we're going to make another one of these. So that means we need to put our pattern paper on first so that we can poke holes through the pattern paper and the cardstock. So I'm going to do that really quick, and then I will be back to show you how to add these again. Okay, so now I have my pattern paper down, and I'm going to add these. These are, again, just like last time, they are 3 pieces of cardstock cut out in circles with a hole punch in the center, and then brads put through. And now I'm going to figure out where I want my holes. So I'm going to start with the top here and grab a ruler and center my ruler on my paper as best I can here. And then I'm going to take my little poker tool here and poke a hole through both, just like that. Both my pattern paper and my cardstock. Then, just to make it go a little faster for you guys, I'm going to do this one too. So, poke my hole, and now I have 2 holes. So I'm going to grab my chipboard here, my slit, put this in the slit, and put my brad through the hole with everything sandwiched in it, and push the 2 legs down. And with this, since it is on my flap, I'm going to add a little piece of double-sided sticky tape here, just so that it doesn't poke through my pattern paper later on. And now I take my chipboard out, and I have a little gap here. Same thing with my pocket. Take all this, put it through my hole, open the legs. Since it's my pocket, I'm just going to put a little bit of tape on here, just normal sticky tape. Take my chipboard out, and I have a gap on this one. to finish this pocket off, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the two side tabs here. Stick them down. Press down a little bit to get them fully stuck down. And now I have my pocket. And with this, I have some paper, some white paper. I'm just going to cut a little piece off, cover that, stick some pattern paper in here, add some twine, put pattern paper in the front, and then it'll be done. And I will show you how it looks once it's all complete. So here is the final page. We have 4 flaps with 4 flip outs here. And on the back, we have a nice little pocket, full page pocket. I can close. And it is our second page in our set. Next week will be the last page, and then we'll be making the box. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do make it, please tag us. Information will be down below, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.